Well, one of the areas noted for this particular problem, one of the areas notoriously noted for non-functioning street lights is the street that goes through the conference center in front of the Parliament House, Liberation Road, and apparently the Millennium Development Authority, as part of its projects or programs here in the country, will be embarking on a project to put street lights, energy efficient street lights on this particular road. I have with me the project manager, and he is going to run us through this particular project. Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you very much.
So kindly take us through exactly what you'll be doing, how the energy efficient streetlights you're bringing up, how many assemblies you're putting this up, and then the details of this particular project.
So basically we are working in the central business district of Accra, and then the west and northwest of the central business district, and then the east and northeast of the central business district of Accra. Basically we are putting up smart streetlights which are energy efficient.
And you say you're doing this in how many assemblies?
About 7 assemblies: Ga East, Ga West, Ga North, Lekma, AMA, and a few others. Basically, mostly Accra East, Accra West.
At what cost is this project?
So this project, we've signed a contract with 3 contractors. The sum is almost 10 million, so 9.8 million, almost $10 million. And we are working on about 14,550 street light luminous, and then the poles itself are about 11,300. Some are dual bracketed, so that's why you have a lot more luminous.
These contractors, are they local contractors?
So 2 of them are local. So they are in 3 lots. Lot 1, Citi, is an Egyptian company, but they've been in Ghana for over 30 years. Lot 2 is Preforce Limited, with a Ghanaian company, and then the lot 3 is Process and Plants Automation, also a Ghanaian.
Well, but how did MiDA come by all this? Is it that you sat back and identified this particular problem and decided to step in?
So as part of the energy efficiency and demand side management project, of which I'm the project manager, there's an activity which is the street lighting component. So basically what we did was, when the compact was developed, they thought it wise to reduce the consumption of these street lights. So it's an activity, and what we did was we wrote to ECG at the time, and then the Ministry of Energy, and then they gave us the names of the streets. So we procured a consultant, a Ghanaian consultant who has done the audits, look at the street lights that are working, those that are not working, and then we procure these contractors to work on them.
We know that the processes involved in this particular project started somewhere in 2018. What are the timelines we're looking at? So
basically, at the moment, we've signed the contracts with with the vendors, with the contractors. From March, they'll be receiving the equipment. They've ordered for them the street lighting poles, the luminaires, the control box, and everything. When they come in March, they'll be doing that from March. So the timeline now is to finish before the end of the year. That's what we are looking at. And then the first liability period takes place. But
what are the challenges, if you have encountered any so far, and those that you anticipate?
Basically, the challenges are, street light poles get knocked down every day. So currently, we have been doing a validation. Before they even start work, they're doing a validation of what we did in 2018 in terms of looking at the street lights that we're working on. This will tell us actual problem on the ground. So it might increase in some areas, it might decrease in some other areas, because some of the MMDAs take it up upon themselves to do some of the street lighting. So the main problems is theft, street light poles being knocked down by cars, and then basically, operations and maintenance. The MMDAs are supposed, after the street lights have been installed, they are supposed to basically do the operations and maintenance, but then they don't have enough money to do that. So sometimes you see street lights that are not working, but they need new street lights that needs to be installed, but probably they don't have enough funding to replace them. So basically those are the main challenges.
Right, but do we know in total how many kilometers of road will be applying these street lights?
Currently, it's what we did when we procured the contractors. It was about 440 kilometers of road coverage that we are looking at. But after the validation, we will receive the report this month. We know the actual, but I'm sure it's going to be at least 400 or more.
Now, after these street lights are installed on these streets, are you still in charge of maintenance or you hand over?
So we hand over to the MMDAs, the respective MMDAs, who, according to the street lighting policy, are supposed to do the operations and maintenance. So the idea is to also build capacity of the MMDAs themselves. So the contractors, when they start the installation, the MMDAs will provide technicians to them who will go with the consultants when they are doing the installation to see how it's done, so that they can take up the operations and maintenance for the sustainability of the street lighting.
Thank you very much. So you heard the project manager for the energy efficient and demand side project under the Millennium Development Authority, and they have a contract with various MMDAs, about 7 of them, to install street lights on about 400 kilometers of roads here in Accra.